Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I am Todd McFarlane. With me today is Keith Kennedy. Say hello, Keith.
Hello, Ron.
We want to welcome everyone back to the first episode of our podcast this year. I was just telling Keith we had 20 episodes last year, and it would have kept going had the COVID event not happened.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of surprised we even got that far with 20. That was kind of amazing given our previous year was, what, 5?
Yeah, I think we made like 5 or 6, and then last year we had 20. We had some good guests on, James O'Hagan, and we had some college coaches, or we had some really,
We had the jury coach, I know.
yep, um, really good discussions with him, and lots with O'Hagan and a lot of other people. So I'm hoping this year it's going to be just as good. We're going to try and get as many people on here from the esports world as possible. Some shoutcasters, we'll get some players, hopefully professional players. Some teachers on here to talk about stuff that they're working on, things that they're doing. I don't know if like a lot of stuff is in works right now because we're all just starting school or haven't started school yet. I currently am 1 week or 5 days from my PD sessions, so I'm almost to the point where I'm in school.
I'm sure you're so excited for the PD sessions, too.
I'm totally excited because no one really knows what's going on. Students, teachers, administration, it's all still kind of up in the air for us. So
Yup.
we're trying to figure it out as we go and do the best we can, but hopefully our kids are behind us, and that's why kind of esports is kicking off, and it's kind of important because there isn't really regular sports this year.
And
So
esports is one of the only things that can still run online. Although for schools with a lab like me, where I relied on that, it's going to be weird going back to the old days of playing everything from online again.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm used to having practice at school and this and that, and now we can't have practice at school. So it's gonna be pretty interesting going back to that and figuring out how to manage back in the online world. But I mean, it's nice that we can actually still do it. You know, football players are complaining that they can't, do certain things. They can't practice. They can't have games until the spring now. So
I know that our players are doing like social distance workouts.
yeah,
So still trying to work out and stay ready.
yeah. I mean, that's good that they're doing something. But like in the city, like pretty much everything is shut down for us. So esports would be nice to give kids a chance to participate in some school events, and since it's all done online, it's fairly safe. Besides some of the stuff that we have to, watch out for, and but we're hoping that this is going to be a great year. We are doing for the fall season. We're doing Rocket League, Overwatch as our main sport. So we're kind of expanding. Last year we just did Rocket League in the fall, and this year we
And
are adding Overwatch.
and we're actually looking at a whole 3-season model this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting. We're gonna have some overlap with the winter stuff, but I think it kind of works out perfectly for us to do our test runs and things like that, and not have too much crossover. Um,
Should we explain the philosophy with that whole winter season?
yeah, go for it if you want to.
Yeah, so with winter season, we're going to be adding Valorant as an official title, and then Smash as a sanctioned regular season sort of title. Because last year it was just going to be tournament style. You can't really go in person anymore. So we're doing it all online. And I know that Coach McGee is going to have more details on that when the time comes. But speaking as the guy who's running Valorant, it's going to be an interesting test because we're doing a really different style than any other season we've done. Because Valorant, just like CS, doesn't play weekly games. You play a weekend tournament and move on from there. So I released the rules to the coaches, was it 2 weeks ago now? And they've had some time to give feedback on them, and I'll probably release those eventually. But we're going to be playing 4 weekend tournaments, 2 in December, 2 in January, that give you points for placements. And then, however, we'll take the top 8 teams after those 4 tournaments and put them in a final tournament. And so it's going to be a very different style, and we're using winter to kind of test those. We can cram in a smaller season with the style we're doing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work out fairly well for what we're trying to do. Um,
Also, Tim, I see you in chat. Don't add me anymore for Rocket League stuff. Not my job. We are adding more staff. uh, and expanding and kind of trying to change up duties across all the staff so that we don't have to worry about, well, being a TO and a streamer at the same time. Because having done that like 8 times, it's really hard. Because I can't answer messages from players and be a streamer. And then Tim's asking about lands. I mean, looking at how everything's working out, no.
Yeah,
We,
we're
we
definitely not going to have a fall LAN. Is what it's looking like. We'd love to do fall and winter and spring LANs for everything. As of right now, the winter ones are still a possibility for like the final events. But it's still, yeah, the way it's going, I don't think it's going to get much better anytime soon. But yeah, definitely no LAN events for Rocket League or Overwatch. Possibility of nationals if they make it that far.
we should talk about that, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, nationals, because that's not until January for Overwatch and Rocket League. So possibility for that, unlikely, but possibly. But then winter, again, those are going to be February-ish. So we'll see where the world's at, and then we're taking it a step at a time to make sure.
So talking about nationals, we announced this. Was it a week ago now? We are now an affiliate of NASEF, a national esports league that has much the same ideas as we do and operate more or less the same. And that means that our varsity seasons in the fall, because the only 2 games they support is Overwatch and Rocket League, will be done as a part of NASEF. And our state champions get sent to the national bracket, and I think you skip depending on how many teams we have, you skip like the first round or 2. So it's really exciting to have that opportunity, and it also means that our fall season is accelerated in timings. We got to have rosters in by when?
I believe it's September 20 something or another.
And the thing is, we have to get them on NASEF's site pretty early.
Yeah, so if you're interested in doing Rocket League or Overwatch, a couple of the nice things is Overwatch, they do give you a free key. So for any of your console players, as long as they have a PC that runs it, I believe they'll end up getting a key. They're still trying to work on that, but they'll get a key to play on PC. So that way they might not have the skins, but they'll still be able to play and compete on PC for the tournament, which hopefully that ends up working itself out. But then the other thing is that if you're looking to participate in Rocket League or Overwatch, you have to have your school signed up on NASEF, as well as have all the roster verifications done on the NASEF board. So there's a couple of permission slips you have to sign. Your teacher has to get approval from before. So as long as if you were on NASEF last year, then it's not really hard to get back on this year. It's signing new permission slips and re-upping a survey, and your school's ready to go. But if you're a new school trying to do it, try to get on that as soon as possible, because it does take a good week or 2 to get administration approval, plus get all your students on there, especially in this remote world, getting permission slips and signed. They do all digital signing of everything, and they've done that for a while. So you'll put in your email, they'll email you the stuff, and then you go and sign it digitally, and your parents do the same thing. So it's really nice. So they do that. And then the other big part about NASEF is they offer a lot of smaller tournaments, a lot of activities for you to earn scholarship money or grants for your school, with stuff like, Tim, you might be interested in when you're designing graphics and logos and things like that. And you can win like $500 scholarship or some headphones and things like that. So it's kind of interesting if you're not aware of NASEF and the stuff that it offers, but it's only going to be additive for our organization to be their affiliate. Right now, they're not, the requirements for what they need are not as in-depth as some might seem. And the nice thing about NASEF is it's completely free to use their resources. The IHSEA is not fully free. We do have some cost incurred, but for NASEF, any of the stuff that's on their website, once you register your team, there's so much on there to help you do it. And if you're teachers or anything like that, the curriculum on there for esports is a really good way to get something after school, get something else for kids to focus on, and then also contribute to your club.
And yeah, with NASEF being a national organization with sponsors and whatnot, they actually have a lot of donors and companies they work with. So they have partnerships they can provide and help students get things that way. And that's why their tournaments are free, because they have a lot of partnerships in the industry. But the real key takeaway here is got to get your team registered as fast as possible. And then you got to get players on there pretty fast as well, because it takes some time, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty instantaneously, but it's more about just making sure that it didn't get blocked by a spam filter. Because I know we had a lot of schools block the acceptance email on there. So making sure that it doesn't get blocked by
I can't
that.
get account verification emails for the school Twitter on my school email account.
Yeah. I know I tried to set up a PayPal for school way back when we first started streaming like 5 years ago at Taft, and I never got the verification. So there's like $5 sitting in that PayPal account that I'll never be able to get to.
Oh no, $5.
Yeah. Luckily, no one really donated anything big because then I'd be upset. It was mostly kids trying to get their message read.
Yeah, that's what they normally do. But we're really excited to offer those games as NASA official.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the fall or in the winter, I already mentioned that. And then in the spring, we're doing Fortnite still, run by Coach McGee, and then League of Legends, run by, well, Todd. And then I'll be there helping, of course, because he can't make me stop.
I can only try.
You can try a lot of things. And we're really trying to just make sure we get as good experience as possible. With a 3-season year, it's going to be a bit different, bit busier on the server. And we're trying to see an influx of players in the server once the school year start properly. So I'm hoping we can get some more community stuff going.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to get a lot more fun events. We are planning some other off the tournament bracket events. Also to give a lot of focus on our upperclassmen, our juniors and seniors, so they can possibly get scouted by some colleges and things like that. So these will be like special events run concurrently with some seasons, and also before seasons or after seasons, just so we can kind of get you guys' information out there. We have a lot of kids with a lot of potential to contribute to a college program or even possibly a professional team. So it's
while our goal here is not to make you guys get college scholarships because we just want to provide fun tournaments, it's always really nice to see it happen. Logger Esports in chat there is run by Dalton McGee, who is the Springfield coach. He also runs a collegiate team, Logger Esports, and they took 2 of my players as scholarship players. We had Drew from OPRF go to Illinois State on a scholarship. I know you had a couple more as well who got scholarship this past year, so it's really helpful to see just all these students get benefits out of just playing video games.
Erotten asked the question, wondering how schools are recruiting kids for their teams, tryouts, or anyone that has games can be on a team. We usually do it via tryouts. Depending on the game, we sometimes take all of them, depending on the roster limits for the team, and if we're going to run a JV squad, or if we feel like they could be a good team member, but they're not there yet.
Or in the case of my league team last year, they're the only 5 players I could find.
Yeah, the only 5 players you can find. That's sometimes how it works out. So it depends on how many kids you get, what's the regulation for rules. It's usually best to at least have a good range of substitutes, especially at the beginning, at the beginning of a program. Because as soon as you start going and they realize, oh, wait, we actually have to practice. Oh, you want us to actually do research and read.
You'll lose a few.
You'll lose a few to that. And also with grades, you'll have to make sure that they're eligible via grades. Sometimes the kids aren't able to keep up their grades, and so that's it. So it all depends on how big your school is and how big the team is and how big the game is. Usually you have to run tryouts for the real popular games like Valorant, probably a big tryout game. Smash Brothers, Fortnite will be big tryout games. Whereas
but not League anymore.
Right, not League, not anymore at least.
I miss the old days when I had players who actually wanted to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I miss the days when I had 30 kids show up for tryouts. I was like, oh, wow, I have a plethora of kids to pick from.
But in any case, tryouts are always good. Now, normally I get the word out on our social media for the team as well as, the school announcements and posters around the hall. But with remote learning, students aren't going to be in the halls. So ask your teacher, or if you're our teacher, I don't really know the name here, but ask around and see if you can send an all-student email out, or all students and parents email out, like I did today, because I already have 9 responses from brand new players. Although 3 of them are siblings of former players, so I guess I manufacture my own talent, I think.
It's a good thing.
It's weird to think, like, I had your older sibling as a player, and now I have you again, so I have to deal with them again.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want. You want them to keep bringing more and more in. That way it makes it less of you. And I believe that's a coach. I believe that's a coach from one of the
awesome
CPS schools.
But like, it's just funny to think like we're manufacturing our own content or our own players here.
I mean, and essentially, like esports programs can totally work, especially in schools where they have choice, like having a way to recruit kids. Like if you have a really great team at, some private school and you have the ability to promote it there, like that's a good way. Like in Chicago, kids pretty much can go to any high school they want as long as they get in with approval. Like it's a good way to recruit for schools in Chicago. Like, hey, come to our school because we have an esports program, we have a lab, we have all of these things that we're doing. So it definitely works out that, you can use feeder schools. And then, once you get set up in your high school, you can talk to the feeder schools and been like, hey, do you guys want to do a summer camp and things like that? Like we do a lot of that. So
we are doing League in the spring. It's not NASEF official as of yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the details or whatever, but we're planning on doing League of Legends in the spring, just like we normally do. We'd like to jump on NASEF if they're doing one, but they haven't told us either way if they're doing one. But we want to do League. League is the most popular game by far. We want to make sure that we
That's also what founded this league.
Right. That was the first game we started with. That's why I started this league, was because of League of Legends. And I don't want to give up on Riot yet. I'm hoping things are going to be changing. But yes, we are doing League of Legends for the fall.
I believe they're actually putting Scholastic Esports under the LCS now, right?
Yeah, there's things going with that. They're trying to do high school esports on there. I mean, that's probably not for another year or two at the quickest. Because more likely some of these new positions they're going to fill the amateur scene that's right below pro before they start back in high school. But essentially, they are promoting that way, but we don't know how quickly they'll move on that. So we'll see.
In any case, I'm excited to see if we can move forward and do bigger and better things every year. With 6 games across 3 seasons, that's a pretty big year for us. Because our biggest previous was 3. So I'm really excited to see us progress and grow bigger.
Yeah, and I mean, we've expanded our staff. We've added 3 or 4 more members to our staff to help out with questions. I just talked to someone today who's going to help out with onboarding a lot of our new schools. So I think it's Aaron. If you have questions like about how to get started, he would be the person to talk to. Like he also has a lot of contacts and presentations for showing why you should be participating in these sports, why you should be playing these games in particular. He definitely is a good resource, and that's Brock Frazier from Massa County. Awesome. I just talked to him literally about half an hour ago, finished our conversation about what it means to get on board with esports in Illinois. So it's kind of awesome that we're adding these people in. We added somebody for college recruitment in, so he can deal with a lot of the college recruiters and get them all squared away so that they can, the ones that want to talk to kids and the kids that want to talk to them, we can get them connected easily. And then we also added a Rocket League, new Rocket League TO in.
Coach Egan,
who was at Naperville and now is teaching at York High School.
And if there's any other coaches or staff members in the league who want to help us and be staff for us, we'd appreciate that because we're expanding. We don't want to make our TO stream. We don't want to do all that kind of stuff. So if anyone's interested in hopping in and helping us with games, drop us a line. Help. We would be glad to get any help we can as long as you have the right interest at heart and are willing to put the work in.
Yeah, definitely. And then if you're interested, like I'm going to be posting positions. We have our first meeting for our GMs and coaches this week on Friday. We also have another one next Saturday, and that's for all GMs and coaches. We would like at least one representative from your school to be there, and we're going to talk about some of those positions that we're looking to fill. They don't have to be the coach of the team. They could just be someone that's likes esports or likes gaming and has the skills and talents that we're looking for, or they have something to offer us. Like we're not set in position, set in stone what positions and who's doing what. We're open for anything, and if you have an idea that you want to pass by us or you want to do something with us, like we're game for it. We want to give opportunities for our students. That's our main goal, is to provide all our students with opportunities to promote, their future. Like whether it's actually competing in the future or just participating through ancillary means. We always, my always joke is like every esports team out there needs an accountant. So if you like numbers, why not be an accountant for an esports team that needs someone to keep track of those numbers? And
I need an accountant.
I have one for you. I'll tell you offline.
Oh, I wonder who it is.
My wife's an accountant. That's why I'm saying that. For those who don't
But
know.
yeah, so anyone wants to help, we're glad to have the help. Just
Yeah.
reach out to us, and generally you can DM any of the staff, but probably talk to Todd.
Yeah, I'm start there. We are, for those who don't know, are officially on our way to be a 501c3 nonprofit.
Oh, it's 503.
501c3.
Okay.
Now you have me looking up. Yeah, 501c3.
You think I know these things?
No, I know you don't know them. That's why I'm checking it, because you're questioning me. And I was like, no, I've been practicing this because I always get the 3 and the C confused.
Well, I appreciate you. Ver is in chat. Yeah, if you're interested in your some school staff who wants to help us, by all means, reach out, and we'll be glad to talk with you. Talk to us in the Discord. You look at Durdrum. Mainly, he'll be your lead contact, as he's one of our head admins, and we can go from there.
Yeah, we're also looking for some student help. We wanted to expand on our internship stuff last year, and it kind of fell through because we didn't have enough people to help the interns run. So we're hoping this year is going to be a little bit better, but we're still not, going to be pressing too much for interns, just because we also don't have time because we're dealing with all the new teaching from home and hybrid teaching and teaching in person stuff that we're dealing with. So, but yeah, we're always in need of more help. It's, especially people who are willing to volunteer their time. We all volunteer our time right now. No one makes any money on this. Like I said, we're going for nonprofit, and we're looking for volunteers. We're not looking for paid staff at the moment. Like if we get big, there's a possibility there might be paid staff, but right now we're looking to give experience to people. Especially I love kids doing our artwork, and we might have an artwork competition for our new logo. Some people have been complaining about our logo. I personally like it.
Some people, he says. You want to just add him in the chat right now? Like, come on, man.
Is he here? Do you have the list?
He's here under a certain account.
Which one? So there's 2 of them. I see.
Did he have both accounts in here?
No, there's 2 people.
I mean, that's one of them.
Yeah, the other one's not in here right now.
Dalton, we love you, man. Don't yell at me.
Yeah, I mean, I like the logo. Again, the logo was designed by a student, and since it was our first, obviously it's going to be hard for me to give it up. But if someone has something different, we might have a logo contest that might have some prizes. We got to figure out all the details for that, but that'll be announced in the upcoming months because it wouldn't be a quick transition. There's a lot of stuff we have to change with that, and a lot of stuff we have to redo. And I'd like to do it all at once if possible.
Yeah, stream graphics is going to be a big deal for us this year with, 6 big games and trying to expand like that.
Yeah, we definitely want to stream as much as we can. I do have to set the stream schedule. Thanks for reminding me. I did want to do that earlier and I forgot. But we will be...
Not my job. Woo!
We will be podcasting every Wednesday at 8:15. We'll run those ads right before we go live. That way we don't get a pre-roll for those who jump in late. So if you didn't get those ads in the beginning... when you joined in late, just thank those people that were here that sat through those ads. So I just like to make sure that you don't get those ads and miss some important information if you join late.
Shameless, man. Twitch. Shameless.
I don't know if have you ever used the tasks on Google?
No.
I didn't until my uncle told me about them because I was looking for a way to keep track of stuff. And it actually has been a really good thing because they pop up every time you open your email. They're just there on the side. That's my number one. I have this. This is what I use.
I have a very large quantity of sticky notes and legal pads all over my apartment and office at school.
Yeah, I use the legal pads, but then I'm like, oh, hang on, where was that note? How many is it ago? Like, I can't find it. So
I've had people walking my classroom to pick up supplies and wondering why is there a long list on the board of things to do and is that related to us? I'm like, no, that's just me. I just got things I need to take care of in the next couple of days.
Yeah, but since my house has been a mess, I've been remodeling and getting painting done. Like, all my stuff is everywhere. My desk, as you see behind me, you can't really see too much. You see, like, a baby gate, and there's a whole stack of stuff that doesn't belong in there.
Nobody look behind me at the Amazon boxes, please.
Yeah, see, I dispose of mine. Or the big pile of papers on the other side. Is that last year's work?
That is all things that I need to shred and haven't gotten around to because I don't feel like it.
You live out in Corn. Can't you just burn it?
I live in an apartment.
Oh. No fire pit?
Nope.
Unfortunate.
We got a pool.
You don't want to burn it in the pool. It's not a good idea.
But in any case, if anyone has any questions about stuff for esports, make sure to reach out. We answer messages pretty fast. Unfortunately, in my case, my new classroom is literally isolated. It is the center of a giant brick building. I get zero signal, so I'm not responsive from 8 to 3. But besides that, it
What am
works
I gonna
out.
do? What am I gonna do?
I can't. You can't DM me things middle of the day and have them done in 10 minutes.
I should get you some of that free internet they're giving away in Chicago. You have a dedicated line inside your school for that.
The thing is, like, I have Wi-Fi in my classroom. I have wired. I don't have cell signal.
All right, that's why we get you your own internet line so you can have your own computer on your own internet that's not on school stuff.
Well, in any case, you can reach me through email because I know you know where that is, Todd.
Yes. Vers, haha, imagine having school in August. Imagine having school in June 20th, okay? I wish I had school in August. Because then we'd be out in May.
Being out in May is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Because school buildings are notoriously known for their amazing air conditioning, correct?
I mean, this week's kind of brutal if anyone's in school this week, with it being 95. But.
Yeah, we're not doing too bad down here. We have a pretty strong breeze because, cornland. But also, with me being in the center of the building, it is freezing, and I love it.
Nice. That's good.
No
Are you
windows.
in a new room for all of your classes? Like, is that
Yep.
just... Nice.
My math room moved, and then I got a new room for computer science.
Sweet.
And the computer science room is entirely across the school. So we're getting there.
Yeah. You're not in person though, are you? You're teaching remotely from school.
Yeah, I'm teaching remotely from school, which could be worse. So I'll deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait till when is your first day of classes?
Next Monday.
Okay. I can't wait for that Wi-Fi just to crash hard.
Oh, we have to do video calls all day, and I'm like, I don't know about that. That's gonna be something.
That's a lot of bandwidth through Cornland.
I did run a speed test recently, and we're on like a really high tier Comcast business connection, so it'll be something.
Yeah, I mean those upload speeds are what's gonna kill it.
Oh, upload speed's 200 something, download speed's 2.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Echo, you want to line, guys? First game for Overwatch is gonna be what, late September, early October?
I think it's
And then match days are Wednesdays, and I have not figured out practice days for our team at all. Because I got to look at schedules for the players.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to do for my players yet. So I don't even know who's going to be playing right now. So we'll see.
Oh, same. I know who's coming back, roughly, but I got to fill a lot of spots on Overwatch. Because I graduated 3 of my starting 6.
I graduated 3 of mine as well.
It's hard, man.
And I don't also know. I think a few of them are going to jump over to Valorant because they were really CS:GO players that wanted to just play a shooter, and they played that.
So. I'm running. I'm letting them do multiple games because I would be hard up to have teams otherwise. And with them being separate seasons, I can make that work.
Yeah, and Valorant is not going to be too much overlap, so it shouldn't be too bad with Overwatch.
I'm going to discourage students from doing all 3 seasons, though, because that is a lot of time. And maybe you want to actually have time to, sleep and, take care of schoolwork sometime.
Take care with schoolwork.
Some of my players aren't very aware of it, I know.
So. All right, well...
Anything else?
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it for me. I just want to kind of get back on today. We'll have a lot more stuff to announce as we go along throughout the year and a lot more guests. So I'm really excited to get this year started off. Lots of stuff planned. I'm hoping it all works this year and hoping everything is going. If you guys have any questions, feel free, again, to reach out to us on Discord or send us an email. We're always willing to answer. And we'll do it as quick as possible. We have, like I said, we have more staff now, so things will get answered quickly.
We're going to try.
Yep. Sounds good, everyone. Well, thanks for joining us today. Have a great week. For coaches that are here, I'll see you guys coaches that registered, I'll see you guys on Friday, most of you. And then if you haven't registered, tell your coaches to get registered so they can get on our meetings to start the year, because I kind of want to talk with everyone beforehand, just so we can meet face to face and deal with any questions that we have up front. Otherwise, have a good night, guys. Stay safe, be healthy, be careful. Hey, he had just jumped in, I think. I'm not muted. I gotta fix that command because I changed the microphone since we did that last.
Awkward.
Audio. Yeti.